Have you ever wondered why, even though you're eating well, exercising regularly, and following what most people call a healthy lifestyle, your legs still don't feel as strong as they used to? Maybe the stairs seem steeper than they were just a few years ago. Perhaps it takes you longer to get out of a chair, or you feel a dull ache in your knees or calves after even a short walk. Many seniors assume this is simply the natural toll of aging. After all, the body changes with time. Muscles shrink, bones weaken, and energy levels aren't what they were in youth. Because here's the most important point. Your independence depends on your legs. The ability to walk confidently, climb stairs, or simply get up from a chair without struggle is what keeps you active and self-reliant as you age. Losing that strength doesn't have to be inevitable. By making smart, mindful choices, one fruit at a time, you can protect your mobility, reduce discomfort, and enjoy healthier, steadier steps for years to come. Fruit number 1. Pineapple, the acidic trap. When most people think of pineapple, they think of sunshine, tropical vacations, and a refreshing burst of sweetness. For years, this golden fruit has been praised as one of the healthiest options on the table. Nutritionists highlight its high vitamin C, and most importantly, its unique enzyme called bromelain, a natural compound often touted as an anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Because of this, pineapple has earned a reputation as a fruit that can soothe sore muscles, reduce swelling, and even improve digestion. Many seniors hearing about these supposed benefits have added pineapple chunks, smoothies, or juice into their diets with confidence. But here's where the story takes a sharp turn. What works well for a younger body may have the opposite effect for an older one. And for seniors, pineapple can be one of the most deceptive fruits of all.
Fruit number 2. Bananas, the muscle imposter. For generations, bananas have been considered the ultimate muscle food. Athletes eat them before a big game. Trainers recommend them to prevent cramps. Doctors praise them for their potassium content, which is essential for muscle function and heart health. They're soft, convenient, and easy to digest, making them especially appealing to older adults who want quick energy and something gentle on the stomach. With all of this glowing praise, it seems almost unthinkable that bananas could do any harm. And yet, for seniors, this so-called miracle fruit can actually work against leg strength in surprising ways. The first problem with bananas is their sugar load. While they may not taste as sweet as mangoes or pineapples, bananas are still rich in natural sugars and fast-digesting carbohydrates. That means they enter the bloodstream quickly, spiking blood sugar levels in a matter of minutes. For someone in their 20s, this quick energy boost might be useful. But for someone over 60, whose metabolism has slowed and whose insulin response is weaker, these repeated spikes take a toll. Each surge stresses blood vessels and contributes to insulin resistance, which reduces circulation efficiency and worsens inflammation. Over time, this leads to the very problem seniors are trying to avoid: stiffness, heaviness, and aching in the legs. Another hidden issue is fluid retention. Bananas are known for their potassium, which normally helps balance fluids in the body. But in seniors with heart conditions, kidney issues, or already weakened circulation, this balance can backfire. Instead of relieving swelling, bananas can actually make ankles puffier, feet more swollen, and joints stiffer. You may notice this after meals when your legs feel heavy or your shoes feel tighter. The irony is that many seniors eat bananas specifically to help their muscles, yet the effect can be the opposite: sluggish legs weighed down by extra fluid. And the problem doesn't stop there. Bananas are often eaten at breakfast or as a quick snack, which means their sugars hit the bloodstream when the body is least prepared for a glucose surge.
Fruit number 3. Grapes. Small fruit, big inflammation. At first glance, grapes seem harmless, tiny, juicy, and easy to snack on. They're often marketed as heart-healthy, packed with antioxidants like resveratrol, and linked to benefits such as better circulation and reduced risk of heart disease.
For many seniors, grapes feel like a safe, bite-sized treat to pop into the mouth without worry. After all, how could something so small and sweet do any harm? But here's the hidden truth. For older adults, grapes can quietly become one of the most dangerous fruits for leg health. The culprit lies in their high fructose content, a natural sugar that's handled differently by the body than glucose. Unlike glucose, which every cell can use for energy, fructose is processed almost entirely by the liver. When small amounts are consumed, the liver manages fine. But when grapes are eaten in larger portions, as they often are, since it's easy to eat handful after handful, the liver becomes overloaded. When that happens, the excess fructose is converted into fat and uric acid. And this is where the problems begin. Uric acid is a compound notorious for triggering joint pain, inflammation, and swelling. When it builds up in the bloodstream, it tends to deposit crystals in the joints, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. Seniors may recognize this as gout-like pain, sudden burning in the big toe at night, stiffness in the calves after a short walk, or a swollen knee that feels heavier than usual. These symptoms may be brushed off as arthritis or just getting older. But in reality, the quiet sugar bomb of grapes could be fueling the fire. The danger is compounded by how easy it is to overeat grapes. Because they're small, light, and sweet, you can eat 2 or 3 cups without realizing it. Unlike eating an apple or a pear, which feels filling, grapes don't send strong fullness signals. That means the sugar load can skyrocket quickly, overwhelming the liver and setting off a cascade of inflammation in the body. For seniors who already have slower metabolisms and reduced tolerance to sugar, this is especially risky. On top of the uric acid issue, grapes also contribute to chronic inflammation throughout the body. Fructose doesn't just harm the joints, it also encourages the release of inflammatory molecules that make muscles stiffer and blood vessels less flexible. Over time, this chronic inflammation can translate into heavier, less responsive legs, making walking or climbing stairs more difficult. The most deceptive part of all is grapes' healthy reputation. Because they're associated with heart health and antioxidants, many seniors eat them daily, believing they're doing something good for their bodies. In reality, they may be trading stronger circulation in the heart for weaker mobility in the legs. Does this mean you should never eat grapes again? Not necessarily. But if you struggle with swelling, stiffness, or uric acid-related pain, it's wise to treat grapes with caution. Moderation is key. And if you find yourself snacking on them by the handful, it may be time to reconsider. Sometimes the smallest fruits carry the biggest risks for aging joints and circulation. Fruit number 4, watermelon, the fake hydrator. Few fruits bring as much joy as watermelon. On a hot summer day, nothing feels more refreshing than a cold, juicy slice. With its light texture and over 90% water content, watermelon has long been celebrated as a natural hydrator, low in calories, sweet but seemingly innocent, and perfect for quenching thirst. For seniors especially, who may struggle with dehydration, it appears to be the perfect fruit. But here's the surprising truth. While watermelon feels like water for the mouth, inside the body it behaves more like candy. The danger lies in watermelon's glycemic index, a measure of how quickly a food raises blood sugar. Despite being watery and low in calories, watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes of all fruits. That means it hits the bloodstream almost instantly, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar. For a younger body, this surge may be manageable, but for seniors whose insulin sensitivity and circulation are already diminished, these repeated spikes come with serious consequences. When blood sugar rises quickly, the body responds by flooding the system with insulin to bring levels down. In aging bodies, however, insulin regulation is less efficient. Instead of restoring balance smoothly, these swings often lead to inflammation and poor circulation. Where does the damage show up first? In the legs. Seniors may notice ankle swelling, calf stiffness, or a dull fatigue in the thighs after eating watermelon. Even something as simple as walking across the room or climbing stairs can feel heavier and more exhausting when blood sugar is bouncing up and down. Another problem is overeating. Because watermelon is so light, people rarely stop at one slice. It's common to eat 2, 3, or even 4 large wedges in one sitting. Each serving adds more sugar load to the bloodstream, compounding the damage. Unlike a dense fruit like a pear, which feels filling, watermelon tricks the body with its water content, allowing the sugar to pile up without triggering a strong sense of fullness. Some seniors also notice persistent ankle puffiness or leg tightness in the hours after eating watermelon. This isn't just water weight, it's the effect of blood sugar stress on the small vessels that supply the legs and feet. Over time, these vessels become weaker, circulation slows, and movement feels more difficult. That light, refreshing fruit is quietly making each step feel heavier from within. What makes watermelon especially deceptive is its reputation. Doctors often recommend it for hydration, and diet books praise it as a low-calorie snack. But for seniors, calories aren't the only concern. Sugar speed matters more. And in that sense, watermelon is one of the biggest culprits. Does this mean you can never enjoy watermelon again? Not necessarily. But if you're over 60 and notice leg fatigue, ankle swelling, or unusual heaviness after eating it, it may be time to cut back. Watermelon may refresh the mouth, but for aging joints and muscles, it acts like a sweet trap, hydrating on the surface, yet draining your legs of strength from within. Fruit number 5, oranges. The acid attack on joints. When you think of oranges, the image that comes to mind is usually one of health and vitality. Bright, fresh, and bursting with vitamin C, oranges are often considered the ultimate immune booster. For decades, they've been a staple of breakfast tables and diet plans alike. Doctors recommend them for warding off colds, juice commercials celebrate them as nature's perfect drink, and seniors especially are encouraged to enjoy a daily glass of orange juice to stay strong. With such a reputation, it seems impossible that oranges could ever do harm. But for those over 60, the truth is more complicated. Oranges may be rich in vitamins, but they also carry hidden risks for aging joints and circulation. The main culprit? Citrus acid. While the tangy, refreshing taste of oranges comes from this natural acid, the same compound can quietly irritate the body, especially in seniors dealing with arthritis, stiffness, or chronic inflammation. What feels like a healthy ritual, peeling an orange in the morning or sipping juice at breakfast, can actually contribute to aching knees, sore hips, and swelling in the ankles. These aren't just normal aging pains, they may be the direct result of too much citrus acid quietly fueling inflammation. The second issue lies in oranges' sugar content. While not as high as mangoes or pineapples, oranges still contain enough natural sugar to cause blood sugar fluctuations, especially when juiced. Drinking a glass of orange juice delivers the sugar of several oranges at once without the fiber to slow it down. This quick surge in blood sugar can lead to swelling, fatigue, and reduced mobility in the legs. Over time, the cycle of spikes and crashes strains circulation, leaving muscles less nourished and joints more inflamed. The tricky part is that oranges don't feel like a problem right away. In fact, they can seem energizing in the moment, but with repeated daily consumption, the effects add up. More stiffness in the knees, more swelling around the ankles, more heaviness when climbing stairs. Seniors often chalk this up to just getting older, never suspecting their morning glass of juice is quietly contributing to the discomfort. That's why the message here isn't about fear, it's about awareness. If you've noticed your legs feeling more swollen, stiff, or tired than usual, it may be worth rethinking your daily dose of citrus. Cutting back on oranges or replacing them with lower acid, anti-inflammatory fruits could give your joints a much-needed break and your legs the chance to feel lighter, stronger, and steadier.
Growing older brings challenges that are often blamed on just aging. The aches, the swelling, the heaviness in your legs, it all seems inevitable. But what this video has revealed is that not all of these struggles come from age alone. Some of them are the result of everyday choices, especially the foods we put on our plates. And perhaps the most surprising discovery is that fruits, long hailed as symbols of health and vitality, can quietly become culprits in weakening your strength. So the next time you look at your fruit bowl, remember, not every fruit is created equal. Choose the ones that heal, not the ones that harm. And with every choice you make, you're taking one step closer to a healthier, stronger, more independent you. Stay mindful, stay strong, and never forget, the power to protect your legs is already in your hands and on your plate.